The hidden struggle dark, chosen ones will never admit out loud. Have you ever found yourself sitting alone in the silence, feeling a heaviness that no one else around you seems to comprehend? It's as if you're carrying a weight invisible to others, one that whispers deeply to your soul, haunting you with thoughts and emotions most people would never dare to speak of openly. Perhaps from as early as you can remember, you've always felt different, set apart, as though you were chosen by a mysterious force to journey through depths of darkness and pain unknown to most. But here's the truth that very few dare to face. You're not mistaken, and you're not imagining it. You have been chosen by the universe itself, entrusted to walk a spiritual path that leads through shadows before ever reaching the light. And the struggle that comes with being a dark chosen one is real, profound, and deeply misunderstood. It's the hidden battle you fight silently, the one you never admit out loud because deep down you fear that no one else could ever understand. As a dark chosen one, your journey is far from ordinary. You're acutely sensitive to energies around you, both seen and unseen. This sensitivity isn't just about feeling emotions deeply or picking up on the moods of others. It's about sensing the undercurrents of the universe itself. You're tapped into the hidden layers of existence, the pain, the secrets, the hidden motives, and the invisible suffering that most people blissfully ignore. While others live comfortably in their surface-level realities, you see and feel beneath the mask. You witness the shadows people hide, the wounds they conceal, and the darkness they try desperately to suppress. This profound sensitivity doesn't feel like a gift at first. It feels like a burden, one that you must bear silently, with nobody to share the weight of your experiences.
Click subscribe to this channel to get more profound spiritual lesson.
Your struggle isn't simply emotional, it's deeply spiritual. You've likely faced countless moments of confusion, loneliness, and isolation, feeling disconnected from family, friends, or even society itself. It's as though you're watching the world from a distance, unable to fully join in because you sense too clearly the unspoken truths everyone else conveniently overlooks. You've wrestled privately with the deepest existential questions, wondering why you're burdened with this heightened awareness, why you feel compelled to journey through emotional and spiritual pain that others seem immune to. You question the fairness of the universe, wondering why some souls are given simple, carefree lives, while yours feels relentlessly challenging, laden with emotional intensity and profound spiritual tests. But let me share something deeply powerful with you. Your pain, your solitude, your silent suffering, they're not random punishments. They are intentional spiritual initiations crafted meticulously by the universe itself. You see, darkness isn't merely something negative or harmful, it's profoundly transformative. Just as seeds must be buried deep beneath the soil to bloom, your soul had to experience deep darkness to fully awaken its inner light. The profound empathy you possess, the intuitive wisdom you carry, and the powerful spiritual insights you gained, all of these gifts were activated precisely through your silent battles with darkness. Yet, this truth is something most dark chosen ones hesitate to admit, even to themselves, because acknowledging it means accepting that the universe intentionally chose you not to suffer pointlessly, but to evolve into a powerful spiritual guide, a beacon of wisdom and healing born directly from darkness itself. Here's the deep secret that most dark chosen ones keep hidden from the world. They quietly doubt their own worthiness. Beneath your strength, beneath your resilience, beneath your spiritual wisdom lies a silent fear that perhaps you're undeserving of happiness, love, or acceptance. You carry a subconscious belief that your path of darkness somehow defines you, that your suffering is a reflection of your value, and because of this hidden insecurity, you rarely allow yourself to fully accept love, support, or understanding from others. You've built emotional walls so high others rarely see your true struggles. But here's the crucial spiritual truth you must clearly hear. Your suffering does not diminish your worth. It proves your immense spiritual strength. Your darkness isn't a punishment. It's a sacred initiation preparing you for your ultimate spiritual purpose. But knowing this truth intellectually and fully embodying it emotionally are vastly different experiences. The reason your silent struggle feels so deeply isolating is because you rarely share the full truth of your experiences. You worry that opening up about your darkness might frighten others, or worse, that they might misunderstand or reject you completely. Thus, you continue battling silently, locked in a spiritual solitude no one fully comprehends. Yet, the universe never intended for your journey to remain forever hidden in isolation. Your darkness was meant to be transformed into spiritual illumination, not just for your own benefit, but for the benefit of all humanity. Your deepest wounds hold the exact spiritual medicine humanity urgently needs right now. And the universe specifically chose you precisely because of your profound spiritual courage, intuitive wisdom, and compassionate empathy born directly from your struggles. Consider deeply for a moment. What if every dark experience you've faced, every tear you've shed alone, every silent moment of despair was precisely orchestrated to awaken spiritual gifts uniquely hidden within your soul? What if your silent struggles were actually intentional spiritual preparations, carefully designed to awaken powerful intuitive insights, emotional authenticity, and profound healing abilities capable of transforming humanity's collective darkness into profound spiritual liberation? You're not simply a victim of emotional pain. You're a sacred spiritual alchemist, capable of transmuting darkness into profound spiritual wisdom. Yet, fully stepping into this profound spiritual identity requires immense courage and authentic vulnerability, something many dark chosen ones struggle deeply with. Ask yourself honestly, are you courageously willing to acknowledge the true spiritual purpose behind your silent battles? Are you ready to embrace your darkness as your most profound spiritual teacher, recognizing clearly that your painful experiences are precisely what empower your greatest spiritual gifts? Your hidden struggles hold the exact spiritual wisdom humanity desperately needs right now. But fully embracing this truth requires immense courage and profound authenticity. If your soul whispers a powerful, unwavering yes, then brace yourself. In the next part, I'll reveal precisely how consciously embracing your hidden struggle and openly acknowledging your spiritual darkness transforms your personal life and powerfully impacts humanity's collective spiritual awakening. Are you ready to courageously embrace the sacred truth behind your silent suffering and finally understand why the universe specifically chose you for this extraordinary spiritual mission? Embracing the shadows within. the secret to unlocking your true spiritual power. Have you ever considered deeply what might happen if you fully embrace the hidden struggles that you've kept buried so deeply within? Imagine, just for a moment, how your life might transform if you stopped hiding your silent battles from the world and instead courageously owned the spiritual truth behind your darkest experiences. Your struggles, your emotional wounds, your deepest shadows, all of these things you've hidden so carefully aren't mere burdens. They're powerful spiritual teachers, sacred initiations designed meticulously by the universe to awaken spiritual gifts uniquely hidden within your soul. You see, dark chosen ones carry a profound spiritual strength that ordinary souls rarely comprehend. Your sensitivity to darkness, your intuitive grasp of suffering, your emotional depth. These qualities aren't weaknesses or flaws. They're your greatest spiritual gifts. Your darkness is precisely what empowers your intuitive clarity, emotional authenticity, and compassionate empathy. Yet, many dark chosen ones spend years, sometimes an entire lifetime, denying or suppressing this truth. You might believe that if others saw the full extent of your struggles, they'd misunderstand or reject you. But let me share something profoundly important. Your hidden darkness isn't something to be ashamed of. It's your most powerful spiritual asset. It's the very source of the profound wisdom, healing energy, and spiritual guidance humanity desperately needs right now. Consider deeply, what if every painful moment you've experienced was intentionally orchestrated by the universe itself, not as punishment, but as sacred spiritual training? Your silent struggles are profound spiritual initiations, specifically designed to awaken powerful spiritual gifts uniquely entrusted to your soul. Imagine clearly how embracing this truth transforms your life. Your emotional burdens lift significantly, replaced by profound emotional clarity and intuitive wisdom. Relationships deepen authentically because emotional honesty and vulnerability inspire compassionate empathy and genuine human connection. Career paths align harmoniously as intuitive clarity guides you toward opportunities resonating authentically with your highest spiritual intentions. Health improves dramatically as emotional wounds heal, emotional vitality increases, and energetic clarity empowers intuitive protection against toxic influences. Yet, consciously embracing this hidden spiritual truth doesn't just transform your personal reality, it profoundly shifts humanity's collective spiritual trajectory. Your willingness to courageously embody vulnerability and openly acknowledge your spiritual darkness profoundly inspires collective emotional liberation, intuitive awakening, and spiritual authenticity. Your authenticity energetically shifts collective consciousness dramatically toward emotional empathy, intuitive clarity, compassionate understanding, and profound spiritual awakening. Your silent struggles, when openly shared, become humanity's emotional liberation. Your intuitive insights become humanity's intuitive clarity. Your compassionate empathy becomes humanity's collective spiritual healing. But stepping fully into this sacred spiritual role requires immense courage and profound authenticity. You must consciously dismantle deeply internalized beliefs equating emotional struggle and spiritual darkness with weakness or shame. You must courageously embrace emotional authenticity, intuitive wisdom, and compassionate empathy openly, even when others misunderstand or reject your subtle spiritual approach. Your courageous authenticity profoundly inspires collective courage, empowering humanity dramatically toward emotional vulnerability, intuitive authenticity, spiritual awakening, and collective emotional liberation. Now deeply ask yourself this profoundly powerful question. Are you truly ready to courageously embrace your hidden darkness fully, authentically stepping powerfully into your profound spiritual purpose? Are you willing to consciously transform your emotional struggles intentionally into intuitive clarity, compassionate empathy, emotional authenticity, energetically shifting humanity profoundly toward collective spiritual awakening? If your soul resonates deeply with a powerful, unwavering yes, then trust completely in your sacred spiritual mission. Embrace your hidden darkness courageously, express intuitive wisdom authentically, courageously embody emotional authenticity openly, energetically inspiring humanity profoundly toward collective emotional liberation, intuitive awakening, and spiritual empowerment. In the next part, I'll reveal exactly why the universe specifically chose your soul intentionally for this extraordinary spiritual journey, and precisely how fully embracing your hidden struggles profoundly fulfills humanity's collective spiritual destiny forever. Why the universe specifically chose you, the sacred reason behind your dark journey. Have you ever asked yourself deeply why, out of billions of souls, the universe specifically chose you to walk this uniquely challenging path? Why your soul was tasked with navigating profound emotional storms, silent isolation, and intense spiritual darkness others rarely experience. It's not random. It's not accidental. It's intentional. Deeply intentional. You were specifically chosen by the universe itself precisely because your soul possesses exactly the emotional depth, intuitive sensitivity, and spiritual strength humanity urgently needs at this pivotal moment in history. The struggles you've faced, the emotional pain you've silently endured, the isolation you've felt deeply but rarely expressed, these weren't mistakes or punishments. They were sacred spiritual initiations intentionally designed by the universe to activate powerful spiritual gifts hidden uniquely within your soul. Your darkness was carefully orchestrated as profound spiritual preparation, meticulously crafted to awaken your intuitive clarity, emotional authenticity, and compassionate empathy, qualities desperately needed to guide humanity through its collective emotional and spiritual awakening. Consider deeply, could every painful moment you've experienced, every silent tear, every hidden struggle, actually have been intentional spiritual training? Your intuitive sensitivity to darkness isn't weakness, it's your most profound spiritual gift, intentionally given to empower you to authentically heal, intuitively guide, and spiritually uplift humanity. You sense hidden emotional currents others overlook. You perceive truths others conveniently ignore. You feel the silent suffering humanity masks beneath surface appearances. Your intuitive insights, emotional authenticity, and compassionate empathy authentically guide humanity through emotional shadows toward profound spiritual liberation, intuitive clarity, and collective awakening. Yet fully stepping into your identity as a dark chosen one requires immense courage, authenticity, and spiritual discipline. You must consciously dismantle deeply internalized beliefs equating emotional darkness with shame, weakness, or unworthiness. You must courageously embrace emotional authenticity, intuitive wisdom, and compassionate empathy openly, even when misunderstood or rejected. Your true spiritual strength arises precisely from authentically embodying vulnerability and emotional openness publicly, profoundly inspiring collective emotional liberation, intuitive awakening, and spiritual empowerment. Your individual spiritual awakening profoundly impacts humanity's collective spiritual destiny. Every moment you courageously embody emotional authenticity, intuitive clarity, and compassionate empathy, you energetically shift collective emotions, intuitions, and spiritual awareness dramatically. Your courageous authenticity dismantles outdated societal beliefs equating emotional vulnerability with weakness, energetically inspiring collective emotional liberation, intuitive clarity, and spiritual authenticity. Your silent struggles, openly shared, profoundly heal collective emotional wounds. Your intuitive insights powerfully illuminate collective paths toward emotional liberation, intuitive awakening, and spiritual authenticity. Imagine clearly how profoundly humanity's collective consciousness could shift if you authentically embraced your hidden darkness openly. Relationships deepen dramatically as emotional honesty inspires compassionate empathy, genuine human connection, and collective emotional liberation. Career paths align harmoniously as intuitive clarity guides authentic spiritual purpose and abundant fulfillment. Emotional and physical health improve dramatically as emotional burdens release. Emotional vitality increases, and energetic sensitivity empowers intuitive protection from toxic influences. Humanity's collective emotional liberation, intuitive awakening, and spiritual empowerment dramatically accelerate as your courageous vulnerability energetically inspires collective emotional honesty, intuitive authenticity, and profound spiritual wisdom. Now, deeply ask yourself this powerful question: are you truly ready to courageously embrace your hidden darkness fully, authentically stepping powerfully into your profound spiritual purpose? Are you willing to consciously transform emotional struggles intentionally into intuitive clarity, compassionate empathy, emotional authenticity, energetically shifting humanity profoundly toward collective emotional liberation, intuitive awakening, and spiritual empowerment? If your soul resonates deeply with a powerful, unwavering yes, trust completely in your sacred spiritual mission. Embrace emotional vulnerability courageously. Express intuitive wisdom authentically. Courageously embody emotional authenticity publicly, energetically inspiring humanity profoundly toward collective emotional liberation, intuitive awakening, and spiritual empowerment. In the final part, I'll reveal exactly how fully embracing your hidden spiritual darkness fulfills humanity's collective spiritual destiny forever. Are you ready? How embracing your hidden darkness fulfills humanity's collective destiny forever. Have you truly imagined how deeply humanity could transform if you courageously stepped fully into your hidden spiritual darkness, embracing it as your most profound spiritual strength? Imagine openly embodying emotional vulnerability, intuitive wisdom, and compassionate empathy daily, profoundly shifting humanity toward collective emotional liberation, intuitive awakening, and spiritual empowerment. Your silent struggles, when authentically shared, become humanity's emotional healing. Your intuitive clarity becomes humanity's intuitive awakening. Your compassionate empathy becomes humanity's spiritual liberation. Every dog chosen one courageously embracing their hidden spiritual darkness significantly strengthens collective spiritual energy, dramatically accelerating humanity's emotional liberation, intuitive awakening, and spiritual authenticity. Your courageous authenticity dismantles outdated societal beliefs equating emotional vulnerability with weakness, profoundly inspiring collective emotional honesty, intuitive clarity, compassionate empathy, and profound spiritual awakening. Your individual awakening sends powerful, energetic ripples outward, dramatically shifting humanity's collective emotional and spiritual consciousness toward profound liberation and spiritual unity. Yet consciously stepping into this sacred role requires immense courage and profound authenticity. You must consciously dismantle deeply internalized beliefs, equating emotional struggles and spiritual darkness with shame or unworthiness. Daily practice emotional honesty, openly expressing intuitive insights, emotional struggles, and compassionate empathy. Authentically, regularly meditate, journal, and practice energetic grounding intentionally, consciously strengthening intuitive clarity, emotional authenticity, and spiritual alignment daily. Your courageous authenticity profoundly inspires humanity's collective courage, empowering emotional vulnerability, intuitive awakening, and profound spiritual authenticity. Now deeply ask yourself this profoundly powerful question. Are you truly ready to courageously embrace your hidden spiritual darkness fully, authentically stepping powerfully into your profound spiritual purpose? Are you willing consciously transform emotional struggles intentionally into intuitive clarity, compassionate empathy, emotional authenticity, energetically shifting humanity profoundly toward collective emotional liberation, intuitive awakening, spiritual empowerment? If your soul whispers a powerful, unwavering yes, trust completely in your sacred spiritual mission. Embrace your hidden darkness courageously. Express intuitive wisdom authentically. Courageously embody emotional authenticity publicly, energetically inspiring humanity profoundly toward collective emotional liberation, intuitive awakening, spiritual empowerment. Your courageous awakening fulfills humanity's collective spiritual destiny forever. The universe specifically chose your soul intentionally for this extraordinary spiritual mission at this critical historical moment. Trust deeply in your sacred journey. Embrace emotional authenticity courageously. Humanity's collective spiritual awakening profoundly depends upon you.